What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode here. We have an invisible wandering trader with really no trades I want. Sadly, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all about the effort. Oh, is he still alive? Where is he? Oh, are we gonna find him? Maybe it's not meant to be. There we go. Will you guys, stop being mad at me? I wonder if we could just tame these guys. That'd be cool. So we're going to leave them for now. Wow. That was a great shot. All right. Like I was saying, welcome back to another episode. I'm hoping my voice sounds different. I brushed off the Blue Yeti microphone. It's got to be like 10 years old at this point, I want to say. It is very buggy. I had to get the plug, the USB plug or whatever it is, fixed. And yeah. I walked over to this area for a reason. That is incredible. I can't believe this hasn't aged one bit. We've been aging lots of copper. As you can see, our inventory is full of it. And we needed a flat piece of land to do that on. So I ended up terraforming this area, taking out lots of grass. And then I realized I was always planning on building a giant tree farm area. And I wasn't planning on putting it out here. I honestly wanted to put it in the forest over there. But seeing as this area is kind of incomplete on this side of the river, I didn't just want two lone buildings. I figured why not kind of create a area to, grow all our trees in. So every single sapling we have is now growing cherry blossom, acacia, dark oak, birch, spruce, jungle, and mangrove. All of those are growing here. Bamboo I got growing on the other side. It's taken over. Wow, these guys are still going after me. This is dedication. Do you guys see this? Oh my gosh. Bamboo is taken over where I used to grow the spruce tree. So it's just 100% bamboo growing there now. Anyways, that happened off camera. I also got some wolves off camera. Funny enough, I was planning on going 2,000 blocks to get some wolves. And these guys just showed up across the river from our house. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to tame you all. It's a sign. Couldn't wait any longer. So we did that. Other things I did off camera. I think I made this sword. I don't know. Really minimal things. Aside from what we already brought up here. But yeah, figured we'd go in here. So we have one wolf here. We have two near the entrance there. I believe we actually also have, two sitting back here, enjoying themselves on these benches. How wonderful. You get some chicken. There you go. And then, I think that's really all that happened off camera. Oh, shoot. Let me show you one more thing. It's the fun game we play whenever we do this. In our nether hub, I kind of added some storage. Please forgive me if this was already here last episode. It's been a few weeks since I've recorded. Boom. Storage. Right there on the side. We also did a trip where we collected some quartz and some glowstone. So here's an updated look at our nether storage here. So plenty of quartz. Reason why I got quartz is because I actually want to use it in a build today. We are going to be going to our village, and I want to complete it as far as buildings go. And I should probably go back here real quick to go to our diary, because we have to do this every episode, people. Anyways, let's go in here. Hopefully those llamas still aren't mad at me after going into the nether. That was pretty funny to see there. But yeah, let's go on in here and go up to our diary. Oh, I got these guys, by the way. I think we did this last episode where we danced with them. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, today's goals. Build the village guild is what we're going to call it, the guild. And then also the mason cave and mine that's going to go underneath it. Here's an update on coordinates here. I think I mentioned in the last episode that we found a lush cave. I believe I had to cut this part out where we found llamas. It was on our way to the dig site that we have. And so if we ever want to get llamas that aren't the trader llamas, we could go back there. So anyways, like I said, I do want to build a guild. What I mean by that is that we have some kind of oddity or oddball villagers that were kind of left out from the other builds that we made, right? The fishing shack is obviously for a fisher. We had a blacksmith area, which is for everybody that's like creating armor or combat items. And then obviously the farming area. So everything farming involved, whether that's the leather worker, shepherd, farmer, straight up, and whatever the butcher. Hopefully I didn't like say it twice. But whatever those four are. Is that a skeleton down there? Okay, it's an iron golem. I was getting worried for a second. But yeah, anyways, let's see if these guys are sleeping here. Perfect. Y'all are sleeping. So the workstations that we have left out here, and this is where the guild's going to go, this little tiny spot here. I want to make a tower. We're going to put our cartographer in there because it makes sense because they kind of like, sorry again for the background noise, puppies just, whenever someone else is getting attention, which is right now this microphone, he's going insane. If we find our cartographer, I think it makes sense to add him to a guild because he gives out quests, quote unquote, like going to an ocean explorer map or a woodland explorer map, that sort of stuff. Also some rare items, aka the banner pattern, So I figured that would make sense. Adventure. Cleric, just because, I guess you could get bottles of enchanting. That's kind of a more elite thing. You could buy redstone or lapis, that sort of stuff. It made sense. Ender pearls. And then on top of that, I figured we put in our librarians that had higher level trades, or all of them right now. So for instance, the protection 4 one, the mending 1, unbreaking 3, and I guess the other one that we just kind of max out to diamond level where we could get, master, where we could get a name tag. So I figured that would make sense. So anyways, this is the spot where the guild's going to go. It's just going to be a quartz tower, and also we're going to be using some oxidized copper. And then down here is where I want to add our mason, which would make sense to have it beneath here in like a little cave area. I thought that would be cool because we kind of had this path going out here for no reason. So I figured we'd fill it in. What are we going to do with the existing 2 churches here? I was thinking of calling this like twin churches or something, or I don't know, add in the quote unquote lore behind the village. That's going to be the last step. So since these are the 2 remaining buildings here, we're going to come up with something like that, make its own banner. I thought that was a cool idea. I watch very limited Minecraft series, to be quite honest, but I watch a guy named Douglas Gordeau, and he has an area, basically in his world, they have a banner for every single city or area that he makes. I figured it would be cool to at least play around with banners here because I never touch those things, to be quite honest. So we'll try to come up with a banner that kind of, represents the churches here. It'll be cool. What I'm going to do inside of them, I have no idea. But for now, they're going to be empty. So anyways, what I want to do now after this long-winded intro is I want to get to building this guild. I'm going to, bring over some chests and stuff and get started here. Again, lots of quartz, lots of copper, and some other fun blocks. So excited to get started here. All right, so we are back, and I have some quartz here. So I just want to share with you kind of the strategy here. And real quick, I have on my other monitor here kind of what I already had built out here because, I'm not going to freelance a guild. I freelanced some of those builds down there. Didn't freelance this one, but I did the fishing shack. That was freelance. So a little bit of mix of both, but something as important as the guild, we want this to be iconic. So What I have here is I kind of have this little futuristic looking chiseled quartz block here with some quartz bricks on the side as a trim. On the side here, we're going to be adding some of this as well. Oops. And I'm not sure if I want to do a 3 wide or a 1 wide window. But for now, we'll do one of each on both sides and figure it out. On the back here, I think I do want to close this off all the way, just so we can have, some ladders going up. But I might end up opening it up. I don't know yet, but that's my thought process right now. So anyways, in case you guys are unaware of how to make this very weird looking chiseled quartz block, that's how you do it. You make slabs, then you turn it into this. So anyways, once we get to this level here, the 4th level, what we're going to be doing is adding in cut copper, oxidized copper, however you want to say it. So we're going to add in, I don't want to cut all of this. I don't know if we're going to need it all. We're going to do a stack for now. And we'll be able to turn this into stairs and also slabs. And so anyways, let's make ourselves some stairs here. And I believe I could be more efficient on a stone cutter actually. So I'm actually going to start utilizing the mason's equipment right down here. But yeah, if I take 32 of these, let's turn it into some oxidized cut copper stairs. And I'm going to also do that for the quartz now so that I'm not wasting blocks, because I just realized I was being super inefficient here. Anyways, we actually need to go up by 1 more level here. And did not realize I didn't have everything here. No worries. And we could go up 1 more here. Anyways, let's go into here real quick. Oh, we should probably make more. We're going to make more quartz stuff here real quick. So we can make those into the chiseled ones and make these into the quartz bricks. I have a feeling we're going to have to buy some more from our mason here, because I'm done mining it. I took a ton of time mining it. I am done. Checked out of that. Anyways, what I wanted to use this for here is we're going to have 3 different levels, and I think I want to trim between each floor here. So basically, we're going to be taking these all the way around, just like this. And so I'm not going to go all the way around just yet, but I just want to show you how great this block combo looks together. This, and also if we had whatever the block is in the sea, the blue prismarine, you know. Man, and I make videos on this game. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is what it's looking like here, right, with the 2 blocks. Now, you're wondering, what's with all the bamboo here? What's going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. We're using these planks for the interior flooring here. So if we carefully, with our efficiency 5 shovel here, is it efficiency 5? Yeah, look at that. I'm such a pro at this game now. Anyways, we're going to be utilizing the new... Sorry about that. Hopefully I'm cutting out me clearing out my voice here. We're using the brand new bamboo planks block, which just looks absolutely incredible. Here's what we're working with. And then we're also going to be using the door as well. So overall, it's a pretty cool color block scheme here that's going on. We're going to be going up multiple levels. It's going to be 3 different stories. We're going to make a tower going up, and it's going to look incredible. So without further ado, did lots of talking here. I'm just going to try to complete the exterior here for the most part, get on the roof and everything else, and I'll get back to you. All right, so I think we have the exterior complete. Let me jump down here. All right. So I have created, for the most part, the exterior. Up top, I want to add like a big flag. I don't know how I want to make it yet, but I'm assuming I'm going to try to match the colors here. So that's why that chunk of glowstone is sticking out. Not terrible. I think it's lacking a little bit of detail, but not terrible. What I think I need to do is add some lanterns hanging down here, and it would look a lot better. But anyways, here's our guild. When we walk in, here's the layout and how it's going to be. I'm going to be adding all 4 lecterns right here on this wall. And in these corners right here, I'm going to be adding in the brewing stand as well as the cartographer's table. Up here, I'm probably going to use this as a form of like maybe some book storage or something. And I could take this down right here. This is just temporary while I was making the roof here. And what I'll actually do is close this off here so we never have to see the top again. So we'll do that real quick. Make some extra just in case. Boom. Okay. So we'll never have to see the top there again. Yeah, just some storage here. Maybe like adding an ender chest or something. Chiseled bookshelves, actual bookshelves. Make it look nice. So that's what we're going to do next for the interior here. And then also, just to get a little head start. So our mason area is going to be right here. I'm thinking about having something like jutting out from this area, but also like some stairs going up per se. So like, I think this is actually too far up, but like something like this as far as the entrance goes. Right here, and we'll go in just a little bit more and then hollow out one more up top here. So something like this. And then like maybe some entrance next to the guild here would be cool. So kind of, yeah, like going up like so. And this actually places us right at the pathway here. So I like that. So, excuse me. This is going to be like our next little fun deal of the project here, is making this look good. So anyways, this is where I'm going to be adding in the mason area. Before I work on that, and that's going to be freelance, I do want to complete the interior here. So I will get back to you once the inside here is complete and once we have these villagers moved on over. All right, so we're back. Here is an update of the guild. And I believe this is 100% complete for now. Actually, 99. I'll tell you why in just a second. So we added a flag. I figured we'd do the light blue and yellow wool. We did a little bamboo flag post here. And then on the interior, we have all the workstations added where I want them to be. I updated the ladders here because villagers were already starting to go up. It was not fun. And I had a bookshelf that this was on, but the cleric would not find his way into the guild here. If we go up, it's just a bunch of storage here where we're going to be storing books. This side here is going to be mending. I'm going to do Unbreaking 3 on this side because that's the books I'll need the most of. And these chests here, I'm sure I'm going to have random, adventure stuff or potion stuff. I don't know exactly, but it's going to be related to those. It doesn't hurt to have extra storage here. Up here, we're going to have, the other 2 enchants that we have, which is Protection 4. And then on this side, it was going to be Respiration 3. However, I think that villager died. So we got a new librarian villager to sell his Silk Touch. So I figured that was a useful enchant to have. And I have no idea, I believe that librarian that we lost was here at the beginning of the episode. But I don't know what happened while I was building. There's a few thunderstorms. I cannot speak right now. But yeah, either lightning killed it, which I don't think so, or a zombie killed it from a dark spot. I think the most plausible thing that happened, though, was that the villager fell into here, a zombie fell into here and tried attacking it, and then the iron golems did their thing and killed it by accident. I think it was friendly fire. Again, there's no way to prove this, but anyways, that's that. So we do have a new librarian villager somewhere. Are you it? No. We'll see him soon enough. Anyways, the guild's complete though. Aside from one thing, I want to add glow lichen, which we just have not harvested yet because it's kind of useless to harvest for the most part. But in instances like this where I don't want any mobs spawning up there, it's going to be necessary. So right now there's a few torches that are temporary. I'm going to go up there and fix that eventually. It's the last step to completing this area. Oh, and sorry, 98% complete because I want to change these torches to lanterns. By the way, there's our Silk Touch Librarian, and I ended up leveling up our Mending Librarian to Master by buying some lanterns, funny enough, because I wanted a name tag trade. Also, we could get flame books for 1 emerald, so good stuff. Anyways, where I want to work is this area here to end off the episode. I believe it would be awesome to get a little mason shack going. And some supplies I got for that are right here. A bunch of random stone stuff that a mason might have their hands on. So, that being said, just really wanting to focus on, maybe coming up with a cool little pattern, but also making it kind of random as heck. Like, for instance, here, I want this probably going up 3 high. So I'm going to take 3 deep slate tile stair walls. Sorry, I cannot speak still. And put it up like this, and then have something like some roof of some sorts coming out from there. And I think that's the only wood I'm going to use. So let me actually put this down quickly. And I think I'm just going to do like some slabs coming out. Just like this to kind of get it started. So it just looks, it's putting the appearance here that it's built into the wall. So something like this, and it'll wrap around until here. Then kind of filling it in here. Oops, I actually made the perfect amount of slabs. Look at that, that doesn't happen too often. Anyways, I'm already liking the look of that. It might actually need to go up a little bit with the stair trim, but you guys get the gist of it. I'm thinking we'll kind of have like a mosaic floor in here like so. And then, what is that? I'm kind of taking this out for now. Stairwell's going to go up. Maybe we'll take this end by a couple too. I think this would make things interesting since it's not 100% square. Like something like this. Oops. I don't know. But I think this would kind of make a more interesting shape in here. And we'll leave this natural stone. But yeah, I'll figure out what to do for flooring here. I think a good look might be, funny enough, a black stone and basalt mix. So something like this. I don't know. Again, just trying to make things look interesting and not super cringe. But it might just end up being super cringe. Who knows? Trying to add a random build to end this episode. Or to end the builds in this area. So I think something like this looks pretty dang cool, actually. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Okay. Next step here would be adding stairs coming down. I'm not sure how long we're going to be doing this before cutting, but I was thinking of maybe adding some calcite in as like walls. Maybe. So if we get... Let's check this out. How does this look as a wall? I'm doing this because my shovel's too powerful, by the way. And I actually think I need to go up like that. Funny enough. Because the stairs need to go in Oh, wait, no, it needs to go on top of these. What am I doing? There's going to be stairs like right there. So something like that. And I'll actually take this and go one further in like so. Sweet. Anyways, like I was saying here, I'm going to cut real quick. I'm going to do some building. Hopefully we come up with something interesting here, but this is kind of what I'm starting with. And again, hoping for the best. Hey, people. I want to show you a progress update. We're here in the Nether right now because I needed to go back and get some more supplies, but we're basically done. I didn't use nearly as many blocks as I thought I would, but that's because I think it turned out great. So as you can see, we have a little entrance right here. What I want to do real quick is actually polish off the top here. All I needed was just some more spruce to just solidify the roof, and there was a little error right there, I guess. We had a little, what should we call it, lag spike. So, anyways, this is what it's looking like, though. So I put down some random terracotta or concrete blocks that I found. I believe I got it from, this is from the ancient trail we found. I have no idea where I found this from, but it's from somewhere. But we walk on in. We have a little fireplace with some obsidian behind there and a crafting table. I think all that we really need is maybe like some item frames with some stuff up. So like, for instance, maybe like this pink glazed terracotta, and that's where we get the lime terracotta from. We traded with this guy. But yeah, just some stuff like that. Maybe some bricks and clay all over the place. I don't know. I think that's the finishing touches here, but it's looking cool. And this area just looks sweet. Now that we have all this sorted out, I think we have every single workstation in the village is accounted for by a building, a unique building. There's still some little stuff here that I do want to complete. For instance, terraforming the water out here. We're going to need to get a Heart of the Sea to be able to make it that tolerable, that project, being able to terraform everything out here to make it not look like a floating piece of junk. If we go down here, this really bothers me. It bothers me enough. And at the same time, we have almost 2 double chests full of dirt, and I want to get rid of that in some way. So I think this is the way to do that. But yeah, there's also like some, like, for instance, a plot of land out here too. Maybe we could kind of tie this in more into the dock area. Again, who knows? But for the most part, I mean, yeah, look at that. I really like the look of that flag up there. We have quite the village here. So maybe making some one-off shelters and decorations, stuff of that nature. Not anything I really think I want to allocate to an episode. I tend to want to, kind of have a purpose to what I'm doing and not just random decorating. But overall looking cool. But again, yeah, here's another view of the village here. Let's kind of go up this way. Oh yeah, that's a money shot right there. Sweet. We've had some cool tiny little builds here, and it's been fun. One more thing I do want to do with this village is kind of find a way to put a wall around it that's not just like a one high straight up wall. I think it's going to be deep slate. I do have an idea, and I want to try it out, and either it's going to be a great idea and we stick with it, or worst case scenario, it's going to be a method of mass farming. What I wanted to try to do is around the exterior to kind of mask the village from outsiders. I wanted to get some bamboo. And I wanted to try it out, and honestly, it was just a thought that came to my mind now. Because it's a great way to build a wall in a quick amount of time without having to allocate energy and resources into building that wall, right? So I think that might be a fancy way for making it look a little bit more enclosed, but at the same time at the same time kind of like sheltered and complete. I think it just looks better than just having plain walls there. So tell you what I need to do and why I made a new sword here, if you're noticing it's an unenchanted sword, it's because this bamboo just takes up the durability here. And so how I've been farming all this, another lag spike. Oh, so much lag. Oh my gosh, bamboo. I actually want to replace these, by the way, with lanterns. So we're not running into more fun lag. Anyways, all this is causing my computer just absolute distress. Once this is complete, we're going to take all this bamboo here, right? Oh my gosh, we're already at a full inventory. And we're going to surround the village here by 1 or 2 layers. So I'm going to quickly farm up the rest here. We'll be back to the village and we'll see if it turns out cool. All right, so Operation Bamboo is a go. And this is all I'm doing here, literally just staggering it around the entire edge here. And even if I'm going down a level or 2, I think it looks good because it's all going to level out near the end, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. But again, just kind of doing something like this and just hoping it turns out all right. Because if not, all that it's going to be is just a good farming trip, I guess. A successful farming run of bamboo. So we have it all around this edge right here. And we're going to take it around the other edge. And hopefully this grows up quick enough. As you can see, it's already starting to sprout up a bit. Hopefully it grows quick enough to see whether or not we're going to want to keep it or not. All right, so I surrounded the area with 1 layer thick of bamboo and still have plenty left. So I think I'm going to do it another layer. It looks a little thin right now. So we'll try it 2 deep and see if that works. But I'm indifferent. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say I like it and then the very next episode be like, oh yeah, I took it down. Didn't end up liking it. I really don't know. I think it has potential. So we're going to try another layer around, just thicken it up in some areas and see if I like it. Another option for us could be doing like a line of like oak saplings all the way around or something. That's another way for us to kind of build a natural wall. So we'll see how it works. Right now, I think we're getting played off like in the Oscars right now. If you could hear the music going on. I think we accomplished a lot in this episode. I mean, that's just a great looking build. I can't wait to put that on a thumbnail and all you guys are going to be like, wow, look at that mediocre build. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Excited to put it in front of your faces and try to go outside the box of what we're normally doing here. So I can tell that the toothpick's going to be a lot better here, filling in the gaps. Yeah, no, this is going to be... Nope, I'm not going to do it. I just told you I'm not going to go out on a limb. But I will say it's an improvement. But are we keeping it? Who knows? Anyways, I think we're getting played off, like I said. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the videos. If you can't notice by now, or if you haven't noticed, we're officially playing on the new Minecraft update. So it's officially not the snapshot, not Snapchat. It's not the snapshot anymore. It is officially the update. And yeah, exciting stuff. I'm kind of glad I started early on the snapshot because the game functionality didn't change much. Like it was a pretty clean snapshot. So shout out to Minecraft snapshots. They're not too bad, right? All right, that's enough. I'm getting the heck out of here. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.